Cristiano Ronaldo has made a sensational return to Manchester United. Straight to you, Carvey. Goodness me, this has happened so quickly. What have Manchester United said now?
They've announced just in the last few minutes that they have re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo. I think the message they put up on social media has broken the internet. This is incredible news for Manchester United.
Breaking news this hour, Lionel Messi has agreed to join PSG.
Signing the most famous footballer in the world, the best footballer in the world, but they seem happy with the contract, and we're hearing that that deal has now been agreed and in place, some kind of plan to get Lionel Messi from Barcelona to Paris.
What is going on, people? Back again with another special video. Most of us football fans have just possibly experienced the most craziest transfer window in history. As the new season has commenced, I'm going to give you the 5 most crucial things we've learned from the transfer window. Let me know what you think and if you agree. Without further ado, sit back and enjoy the video. Let's get it. Always expect the unexpected. Now, if you're a football fan like myself, you're probably refreshing your social medias, reading the back of the Daily Mail, or checking Sky Sports for that yellow bar every 10 minutes wondering who's going where and if your team had made any signings, especially searching for that. Here we go! But honestly, by the time the transfer window had shut, I was actually left thinking, what the Collectively as football fans, the transfer window has shown us that not only many quote-unquote social media profiles or in-the-know journalists, none of us are able to predict which direction clubs will choose to take on the market. It was quoted by Chelsea that had found the cost of a striker too expensive, yet spent a record-breaking 98 million on Lukaku. Journalists have said Arsenal only planned to make one major signing and end up spending a record-breaking 142 million, which is the most expensive window in club history, especially after failing to achieve European football. And also, Oli quoted that there will be no more signings, only to go and sign one of the greatest players we've ever seen in Cristiano Ronaldo. On the flip side, going into the summer window, much of the news published was surrounding the want-away stars such as your Erling Haaland, Harry Kane, Paul Pogba's and Basuma's were all quoted with moves away from their respective clubs, yet none of them managed to secure a deal. In respect of all that's been said, I think we can all agree that football is a funny old game. A lot of what we think will happen doesn't happen, and the things we seem to be in our wildest imagination tend to come to light. With that being said, always expect the unexpected. Do long-term projects really work? From an idealistic point of view, the smartest thing to do for a team at the end of its cycle is to fill the gaps of the team with players who are young and have untapped potential, to allow them to develop with the hopes of one day either becoming world-class or gaining profit. But when analysing this summer window, and particularly clubs across the top European leagues, that approach is considerably flawed. From looking at this graph, these are the 3 teams that are heavily invested in youth projects. Real Madrid spending 300 million on youth and Barcelona spending a combined 213 million alone on just 6 players, in which 4 are no longer at the club. Arsenal have spent 169 million on their youth projects so far, which has seen them finish outside the top 6 for 2 consecutive seasons and have started the season poorly this year, seeing them placed at the bottom of half of the table with a minus goal difference. Looking back in history at both Champions League and Premier League title winners, a large majority of squads have been successful with a blend of experienced veterans alongside ready-made players who are close or near their prime. Although many will point to Dortmund's youthful side, they have still yet to achieve any major European honours. What we can gather from this is that the Project Youth model is extremely flawed, which will see many teams in the future target players in their prime and spend over the odds, which leads to my next point. Player over price tag. Through transfer history, records are commonly broken as each window passes. A common trait spotted in each window is that if a player fulfills a dire need that the club needs to fulfill, clubs are becoming less and less reluctant to break the bank to reach these demands. Pep Guardiola desperately needed another creative winger / number 10 to fill the lack of fluidity that they sometimes have when facing counter-attacking, low-block teams, in which he was able to spend 100 million on Jack Grealish and break the bank for the British transfer record without even blinking an eye. Tuchel and Chelsea desperately needed a striker to kill their goal scoring droughts, with Jorginho being Chelsea's highest scorer with 7 last season, therefore broke the bank with a £98 million move for Lukaku. PSG have struggled with their right hand flank, having a clear void with overlapping fullbacks to support attacking motion, therefore spent 60 million on Hakimi, who's one of the most expensive defenders in transfer history. This shows going forward is that to our enjoyment, many transfer records will be broken, but more importantly, many clubs will spend a large portion on one player that is able to kill their biggest weakness, which also creates the argument of my next point. Less is more. Figures published have stated that the Premier League's gross spend of 1.1 billion this summer is of an 11% decrease and at the lowest since 2015, with an increase of 22% of free transfers during this window, with only 4 clubs in the Premier League not acquiring a free transfer this summer, along with the number of deals equal or over the value of 50 million increasing to 4 this year, including Ben White, Jadon Sancho, Lukaku and Grealish. These figures can suggest that whilst there's an increase of clubs spending over the odds for players, many clubs are spending less overall, which indicates that clubs are starting to utilise the less is more approach, which involves spending a large sum of their transfer budget on a marquee player that instantly improves them. With the rise of players running down their contracts like seen on the screen to join a club of their choice, could this be the rise of player power and transfer strategies going forward? We'll see. Future predictions. Moving forward, I feel like many clubs across Europe and the Premier League will utilise the free transfer market, as many players are increasingly using their power to decide their next move, in which countering this could see many top players who are indecisive of their futures be sold for record-breaking prices. This could lead to many Galactical-style teams being formed, and on a negative side, make more leagues become top-heavy, as the rich will get richer and the lower teams stuck in a game of catch-up. There you have it, folks. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll try to be more consistent. You can catch me on TikTok at GHF_sports, where I'll be posting daily content of news and highlight clips and just funny stuff in general. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, check out my TikTok, links in the description, and peace. See you all soon for the next one.